Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. We are live on worldviewtube.com, WorldViewTube, a Rumble and X account, also on WorldViewTube app, which if you have not installed the app, I strongly suggest you do. Just go to your app store, look up WorldViewTube as one word. It is for free. Just click install, turn on your notifications so you do not miss any of the live programming. And especially when we do have breaking news or a special coverage. We're also live on X America News on X and live on all my platforms on YouTube, Rumble, X, Facebook, and Substack. As I will invite you to join the conversation on the comment section as we get through today's show. Don't forget to share the feed wherever you're watching. Also, click that heart or a thumbs up button that will put us on the algorithm. I've been told. I don't know I don't know if it happens, but just click it so I know you're doing it. Two major news to cover today. But before I cover any of that and before we get going and we get chatting, I feel very, very bad because I had a clip yesterday that I promised myself that I will play. But then I ran out of time and I didn't play. So today I said before we do anything, before I say anything, before I get carried away, I will make sure to do play this clip. Let's play the clip first, and then I'll tell you why we're playing this clip. Let's play clip number 3, please. At the beginning of this very short clip, the handsome young man says, the friends were convincing him to join the protest early January. And he, as he's giggling and laughing, he says, I'll go. But if I die, you have to promise me you won't forget my name. So, his name was Salar. That's S-A-L-A-R, Salar. And this video was sent to me specifically from one of his buddies and was asked, and that's why I feel so bad that I did not deliver on my promise yesterday. They asked if I could make sure that we all remember his name, Salar. He did not make it back home on January 9th, but we will remember him. And I don't know, the commitment it takes to laugh and say, fine, I'll go, but if I don't come back, just remember my name. That is, I don't know if that's commitment or that's reaching a point where it's okay to die if that means you might survive and be free. So I wanted to start the show by introducing everybody of my audience to Salar and deliver a promise on one of his buddies who asked me to do this. So Salar John, you may rest in peace and your fight is ongoing. We have not given up. And we are not going to forget your name, or at least I won't. That's a promise. Now let's dive in. Should we dive in with good news or better news or bad news? Let's just start with good news because it's really good. Middle of the night, our time, there was confirmation that another leader in Iran was taken out, Ali Larijani, by Israel strike. I already published a Substack on Ali Larijani, who he was, where he stood, and why his death plays a huge role in tomorrow. I literally mean tomorrow, not tomorrow as figure of speech for future. I mean literally tomorrow. Ali Larijani, by public known to America or Americans, wasn't a name that you all knew. Like, it wasn't like Pezeshkian or Ahmadinejad or, Khamenei or Khomeini. But for Iranians, he was a very known name. He has started his career early on as the head of Islamic Republic of Iran's broadcasting, which you see the logo as IRIB. And he came up with the plan. Came up with the machine of censorship and suppression inside Iran after the revolution. From there, He made his way up to a couple of times candidates for presidency, and then ended up being the top dog when it comes to the Islamic security, which also played a role in internal and external control of a threat. Meaning, from 2009, the Green Movement, until yesterday, every time there was an uprising in Iran and every time you saw reports, small or big, of crackdowns, from arrests to people disappearing, to those executed, or to those who were shot and killed in the middle of the streets of Iran, it was him. It was under his orders, his direction, and he was the one who assessed the level of threat from people inside Iran or outside Iran. And yes, some reports in America are also mentioning last week he was on the streets of Tehran mocking Trump. Yes, but with all due respect to America, Americans, and President Trump, that was the smallest thing, the smallest crime he committed. Now, of course, I'm very happy for all the family members who lost their loved ones to any of the uprising, including the most recent one. They finally got justice. But for the entire formation of what we're witnessing inside Iran, as the Lion and Sun revolution being the latest, where 80 plus thousand were killed in the crackdown, this plays a giant role because as of tomorrow, if Iranian people decide to take on the streets, his position is not something that's going to be filled by tomorrow, just like Supreme Leader's position has been wide open, regardless of the rumors and the jokes and the memes. It has not been filled yet after 2 weeks, or a little more than that. Larry Jones' position is going to be wide open as well. And if there is no position, if there's nobody in his position, with the weakness that Basij is facing today because of all their buildings that was taken out by IDF, it becomes very hard for the security forces inside Iran and the crackdown police to stay coordinated. Communication has been cut out, basically. Who's the boss? Who's going to give the orders? One person can do something different from the other person. So that's why it is major. It is a great news. I have gone as far as saying even it might be bigger than taking out Khamenei. And Larijani in his resume has proven he was a loyalist. He did not care who he needs to eliminate to stay loyal to the Islamic regime and Sharia. This guy is not going to be super easy to replace, which is great. So if you want to know more about it, if you want to read details of how this structure works, then why this is a good news, and why is there a chance for Iranian people have gone from we don't know to yes, absolutely, the formation of this revolution has taken the next stage. Again, depending on when the bombs stop dropping, Iranian people have much, much higher chance and confidence. If you watch any of the videos, I did not send them in because all of them are in Farsi, you'll see that people are already getting more confident when it comes to taking on the streets. There are messages coming out of when do we take the streets? When is the last call? So this has been great. So I have to yet again say to Bibi and IDF, thank you. You have literally flawlessly targeted all the right people with no minimum to no casualty and minimum to no destruction of important properties for Iranians that represents their heritage. And the reason I say that is because I was talking to a good friend of mine, I think last Thursday or so, and she's very well versed in Iran, probably because I kept giving her useless information about Iran and our culture and our food and all of that. And she was literally saying one of the hits that was by America took out part of a building that she was very aware what that building means to us. She's like, I was just telling my friend, like, imagine if, they took out half of, our I forgot the name she gave me, but historically important to American people. But of every strike that has been placed, which I think they're at 7,000 now, if I read that correctly today, 7,000 targets by IDF. And again, the tiny me over here, I'm very grateful, especially with Laura Johnny. And also, I don't know if you caught that video or not, but Bibi himself released a video telling people of Iran to come out and celebrate your Charsham Basuri, which was today. Yesterday, I told you around 11 or noon Eastern time, Charsham Basuri will start. And we got your back. We're watching and we're ready to take out any individual, even forces of the regime if they come your way in certain areas. And then after that, the president of Israel released a video that I actually want to share that video with you. The message is, I don't know. Let's listen to clip number one. You listen to the message. Maybe you don't take what I took out of it, but I took a lot of positive out of it. Let's listen to his message to Iranian people.
To the people of Iran, as the President of Israel, I'm sending you warm wishes on the Festival of Fire, Sharan Besuri. May this Festival of Fire, which is a unique ancient tradition of your people, bring with it best wishes, warmth and happiness and change that you so well deserve. You deserve better. You deserve change. You deserve good. And I hope that this Sharan Besuri will bring with it a real change. Change in the region, change in Iran, change for the future of our children.
Amen. I do pray that as well. And again, I guess these are personal issues or personal point of views. Most of us Iranians, we do appreciate that in midst of war and all of this, the leaders in Israel are taking time to directly address the Iranian people. And it makes a difference. First of all, it destroys the propaganda put out by the regime. They hate you. They're attacking Iran because they want to attack you. It really overwrites that narrative, even for any Iranian who might be rattled a little bit by that propaganda. When we see these videos of Israeli leaders, from Bibi to their president, Secretary of War, or they have a Secretary of Defense, generals from IDF, it really does make a difference. And the understanding of this, understanding this is not an Islamic tradition, this is a very, very old Persian tradition that we barely held on to. The regime has tried to take it away for 47 years, including Nowruz, Charsham Basuri, Mehragan, Cyrus the Great Day. They have tried to erase them to the best of their ability. So we all pray that next Charsham Basuri might be in Iran. If not, that's still okay. We hold on to it. But I wanted to make sure to say it's getting very little coverage, probably because a lot of our media in America don't even understand the structure of this regime. Therefore, to them, Larijani taken out, the best comment they have is he was mocking Trump. They don't understand the importance of this individual being taken out. And when I posted my Substack, I said, this isn't about one man. It's about this man's position and how it was holding together this communication that was creating the narrow possibility for people of Iran to be able to take their country back. And also, now you add that next to Khamenei, the supreme leader. You add that next to the head of Basij, which was taken out right after Larijani this morning, or middle of the night our time. You put those just those three names together. This isn't some Qasem Soleimani that, even though they get very upset and mourn, but within minutes they replace him. These three positions are not going to be, even if they put somebody with a name on it, like Khamenei's son supposedly, who might as well be a dead man already. And I don't mean that as we're going to go kill him, though we didn't kill Khamenei either. IDF took out Khamenei. I'm trying to be careful of where we take credit or not. But I mean, literally, he might be dead already. But even if they assign names to these positions, the way the structure is collapsing, those names can't save it. They just can't. So, hallelujah. Another great day. February 28th was a fantastic day. And now we're going to add March 17th, another great day when Laurie Jr. was taken out. And it is confirmed. I know some people are like, well, how do you know? My favorite thing. Who's your source? My sources told me he is dead. He is dead. It is confirmed. We have not heard much about it not because it's not confirmed, because a lot of our media, even some of our officials, don't even know how important this man was. Israel does, because again, Israel has, well, they have dealt with these people for 47 years. We're up for our first ad break. Let's go take our first ad break. When we come back, I'm going to head to comment section and chat with you guys a little bit. Be right back.
Life is too short to spend a single moment spinning in laundry worries. Take a load off your mind with the all-new Norwex Powerzyme laundry detergent. This natural detergent harnesses the power of enzymes and plant-based surfactants to leave fabrics fresh and clean without fillers, brighteners, synthetic fragrances, bleach, or harsh chemicals. So go ahead, have your cake and eat it too. More than ever, stressful stains have met their match. Powerzyme's fast-acting enzymes break down organic substances while natural surfactants loosen locked-in dirt and oil, removing residue, stains, and odors with ease. With 91% bio-based ingredients, this dermatologist-tested hypoallergenic formula is suitable for sensitive skin types and delivers a safe and effective clean that won't harm you or the planet's waterways. Less time spent worrying about laundry means you can focus on what truly matters. Norwex Powerzyme Laundry Detergent. Discover the power of nature and load up on confidence.
Yes, since we're talking about confidence of Iranian people today, I can promise you, you will feel so much, not just confidence, but you will feel great about your cleaning routine, not just from the laundry part of house, but everything else when you do use Norwex products. As you know, I've been using their product for over 8 months now, and I'm fully covered. Laundry, kitchen, bathroom, living room, even this office. See right here, I'm going to actually show you. I have my window cloth, the mini window cloth that keeps that camera shining, and my laptop monitor is always clean. So 100% chemical free, extremely affordable, saves you money, and it gives you much healthier household. If you decide to use their shampoo, conditioner, skincare, then a much healthier you as well. While all of that, you also financially support my work, because as a consultant, I receive a percentage of your purchase as commission. CyrusWellness.com is where you can get those. That's CyrusWellness.com. To my Substackers only, this is for those who are subscribed to my Substack, either free or paid. I will be sending you an email, but if you're interested on any of my favorite items of Norwex, send me a message. I might have some amazingly good deals for you. So go ahead and shoot me those messages. Again, this offer is only available for my Substack audience. Talk about Substack audience. Let's start here. Good to see you, Maritza, and great to see you, Annalise, as well. Annalise says, Laurie Johnny now is standing before the righteous judge of all the earth with tens of thousands of blood on his hands. Amen. Yes, justice is being served. Hi, Laurie. Good to see you. Always good to see you. Yes, Tammy, both were fantastic hits. And BB already said, any of them, like, there is no more coordination. It's like literally at this point, the list is completed, and as soon as they're located and confirmed, identified and confirmed, they're going to get hit. It's like at this point, a lot of them. I mean, there isn't maybe a handful left. I can think of about a dozen of them left that probably they're hiding somewhere underground, hoping and praying that nobody finds them. Lori says, question, are you getting any more information from your family in Iran about the protest? The latest is, as I said, when the war started, of course, the note was stay inside, stay at home because of the bombs, and you don't want to put yourself in danger. Crown Prince Pahlavi is to announce the final call for when people are to take the streets for one last time. But as far as protest goes, they are still, we played a couple of videos, I think 2 weeks ago, or a week. No, I wasn't here last week, so it would have been 2 weeks ago. There are still nightly chants that are happening, people chanting from inside their homes, apartments, houses, anything that is. However, the Charsham Masuri was gorgeous. I watched all the videos that were coming out, either sent to me personally or those who were available on Iran International, Vahid's channel, the X accounts, but they did it. They showed up on their streets and they did the, celebration, and there were big piles of fire and everybody was dancing and singing and chanting Javid Shah while doing it. And I guess one of the things, even though I wasn't even born back then, but I've seen many videos of before the revolution when, there are the people of Iran are celebrating Charsham Masuri or Nowruz, and you get that feel of before the revolution feeling. And for some reason tonight, which is weird because we're not tonight in America yet, but tonight of Iran time, it had that feel. You see all the ladies not wearing hijab, just wearing kind of warm jean because it is still cold, and normally you don't want to jump over fire with a skirt. I'm just saying, personal experience, not a great idea, especially back then I wasn't as tall as I am today, so I couldn't make a high jump. But just jeans and t-shirts or jeans and hoodies. It was a very lovely scene to watch. Motivated me to make sure, as I said, every year I have made sure to do Charsham Masuri, and after watching all those videos, I'm like, oh, we're doing it. We're doing it around 7:30 tonight. I'm going to do my own Charsham Masuri because I want to keep up with my fellow Iranians inside Iran. So that is where the situation is. But they're not going to take on the streets until the last call comes in. Tammy says, I got your book, Annie. Same day I had surgery on my eye. It will be a minute to start reading. Well, I hope your surgery went well. I hope your eye's recovering smoothly. You will be my prayers, and I'm very happy you got your copy, and I want to thank you for ordering your copy. And since we brought it up, we are 4 days away, right? We're 4 days away until the official release of my book, The Architecture of Jihad, on Amazon. But in next 4 days, if you still would like to get a signed copy, paperback copy, you can get that on my website, liveuptofreedom.com. When you go there, on the right-hand side, you see a very big cover photo of the book. And I'm going to just, show you just in case. There you go. This is the cover photo, so you don't miss it. Click on it. Below the cover picture, you'll see an option that says pre-order Kindle or order your signed copy. And you can order it there. I still have some left for this month. I'm not stopping them, but it's going to be a gap until the next batch of signed copies coming your way. So liveuptofreedom.com. And as of Saturday morning, well, technically Friday midnight, those of you who are outside of America, and I have apologized that the shipping was ridiculous. We all figured it's better to get it from Amazon. You can all order it directly from Amazon starting Friday midnight or Saturday morning. I'm very excited. I'm probably going to discuss the book a lot next week. Amen, Stephen. Yes, praise God that Laurie Johnny is in hell. With the rest of them, right? Can you imagine? This is mean. I'm going to say it. I know it's mean, but I'm going to say it. This morning, when I got the confirmation of Laurie, I was sitting there like, okay, so do you think that Pezeshkian and Ahmadinejad are actually jealous right now because they know there's a party between Khamenei, Qasem Soleimani, and Nasrallah and Larijani in hell? Did they want to join them sooner? Or are they jealous of Pezeshkian and Ahmadinejad thinking, don't do it. There is no heaven. There are no 72 versions. So I was actually entertaining them like, who's jealous of who right now? Because I'm sure on both sides, there's disappointment. Those are still here. They're still assumed there's a heaven and a 72 versions. Those who left, they already realized, oops, there was no 72 versions, nor was there any heaven awaiting them. Steven says, Vahidi and Rada must be next, and Pezeshkian, this could have all been finished last June, if not for Trump stopping Bibi. Yes, absolutely. This could have been done, would have been done. I thought I'm going to sneeze, maybe in a minute. But there was excuse me, I was going to sneeze. But that's all right. Better late than never, so I'll take it. And by the way, I don't have confirmation on this, but I have seen reports. If I get confirmation before we wrap up, I'll let you know. If not, I'll figure it out. But there are reports that seems like Pezeshkian might actually resign. We'll see if he does. Not that he's going to be safe by resigning, but it's going to be very curious if he is. Dawn says, you jumping over a fire makes me nervous, Annie. Oh, I've done it for my whole life. When I was a baby, Aziz or my mom, from what I'm told, would actually hold me jumping. And as soon as I could jump, I jumped. And my first jump was actually, it ended up with me crying because I jumped and my left flip-flop fell off my foot and landed in fire. And it didn't scare me. I was just crying because now I only had one of two flip-flops and I liked them too much. So my mom bought me another pair. But yeah, that was my first experience of jumping on my own. And then from there, I have jumped pretty much every year. That's what we do. We jump over the fire. Mine isn't too big, actually. It hasn't been since I moved away from LA, because in LA, we would actually all gather at Santa Monica Pier. We were given permits, but there were really big fires. But when I do them at home, they're not even that. For my height, it's not even a jump. It's more like a stepping over it. But I appreciate you. Don, I'll be safe, I promise. Lori says, Annie can't afford the shipping to Canada. Send me a note in an envelope. It is. The shipping costs are crazy. My darling friend, Sherry, has ordered one from UK, and I gave her an estimate. She's like, that's okay, which means a lot to me because, to accept that cost. But it's funny that I'm still in process of figuring out how to do it because apparently shipping to UK now, I have to get a tariff code and I need to get that. So my company, my LLC needs to get that through my account with USPS. And then it's like, I don't know. I don't know how other companies are doing it, but good for them because I don't do it. You see, this is what I love about my audience. You guys get it. Tammy says, Khamenei is chasing Larijani with shoe in hell. There are memes we're making about that. Like Khamenei is supposed like, you should have survived. You should have get this going. With both of us gone now, it's done. It collapses. Thank you, Stacy. It's great to see you. Very good to see you. And yes, Annalise, I learned my lesson. I never wore flip-flops again, jumping over fire. I either do it barefoot or I actually have actual shoes, sneakers preferably. Darius, good to see you on Facebook. Tennessee Girl, great to see you. Good afternoon to you as well. Okay, we did talk about possibility of Mr. Pezeshkian resigning. But there is someone who already resigned that should be addressed, which I specifically actually titled this show. I think I have enough to at least start on Joe Kent before we have to go to our next ad break. So this morning, Joe Kent put out a tweet attaching his resignation letter and announcing that he has resigned. I have so much to say, but can we put up his tweet real quick? Just for the language itself is ridiculous. After much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position and as the director of the National Counterterrorism Center effective today. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. It has been an honor serving the Gabbard president and everybody else. Like, when I read that, I'm like, Mr. Kent, what are you, like, what? I don't care if you resign. By the way, I need to be very clear. I absolutely don't care that Joe Kent resigned. I don't care anybody. I don't really care when they resign from whatever his name is. Why am I drawing a blank on his name? Help me out here. The puff, over-muscled guy, Bongino. I didn't care when Dan Bongino resigned. I don't care if all of them resign. My issue with this resignation is, how dare you sit there and say Iran poses no imminent threat to our nation? And I know a lot has come after that since this resignation, but I don't even care what came after it. I care what came before it. And on a response, we played it on Brandon's radio today, which I suggest if you missed it, go back and watch it. It was a great discussion, and I will join him again tonight on Brown House Live to continue the discussion. But President Trump responds by, I always thought he's a nice guy, but I don't really know much about him. I know he wasn't as strong in security. Well, if you knew all of that, why did you appoint the guy? Why did you hire the guy? Why didn't you fire the guy? Like, is this how our administration operates now? Before I dig any deeper, and please do join me because I know you have thoughts too. Let's go take our next ad break, and then we're going to dig really deeper into the issues with this one tweet and President Trump's response. Be right back, guys. Well, hello everybody. It's Annie Cyrus. Welcome to my art studio where all the magic happens. This is the station for painting, and that is the station for all the resin art I do. If you want to check out my art, all you gotta do is go to lutfstudio.com. But I'm sure, or at least I hope, I'll see you at lutfstudio.com. Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. I greatly appreciate it. And yes, another way to support me financially is to go to my artist store, lutfstudio.com. Pick up 1, 2, 3, or you can place a custom order. This morning, actually, someone just reached out. They wanted a medium-sized vase in color blue, so I will be pouring that for them soon. So I do also accept custom orders. That's where you can directly support my work financially, lutfstudio.com, and use promo code MISSION for extra 10% off at checkout. Oh, Tennessee girl, thank you. I almost want to ask, how did you do that? Tennessee girl just sent me a very wonderful message about Chorsham Missouri, written in English characters, but in Farsi, which we call Finglish, where you write Farsi with English characters. And I know you're not Iranian, so I want to know, because you did that perfectly. And happy Chorsham Missouri to everybody who celebrates it. And I do have the same wish for everyone, which is health and we could say, yeah, health and happiness. A year filled with health and happiness. Let's start with Rick on Joe Kent. Rick on Facebook said, Joe Kent is full of blank. How many thousands upon thousands has the Islamic Republic killed? How many have been Americans via terrorist acts throughout the world? Exactly, Rick. But you see, that's where apparently we are so comfortably numb to this that it's not an imminent danger anymore. Though Islamic Republic of Iran manages to kill Americans at any given moment wherever they decide to do so, we don't consider that imminent danger anymore because we have become comfortably numb, because we have allowed the narrative of lone wolf take over and spread across the world to where we don't hold those behind the acts accountable anymore. Christine says, where have all the Iranian people gone to hide from all the danger? Nowhere. That's the thing. There is no danger. Again, you see a lot of false reports, but people are staying in their homes. They film the bombing, but there's no direct danger to Iranian people. Gerald Scott says, the world is not moving in the opposite direction. The world understands fully that Americans are being gaslit by liars on social media. The polling says 90% of MAGA support the war in Iran. That's only true if MAGA now only consists of the war Jews and their bod shaboos go. Any objective observers would say that the opposite is true. MAGA is alone and dying. Jared, I don't know if I don't think I've seen polling of saying 90% of MAGA support the war, nor do I even think 90% of America support the war. I don't think even 50% of America support the war. I will disagree with the Jews war, the war Jews. If you mean it the way I think you mean it, because we have established in this very program and on my Substack and on Brennan's show that this is not Israel's war, this is not Jews' wars. We did not get dragged into this because of Israel. We were too lazy to face our enemy for too long. We were too much of a coward to face our enemy for too long. And the only reason we got involved this time is because thankfully we finally have a president who cannot let anybody else have credit except himself. So he had to jump in, and be involved. I don't even think even today we're involved because of the right reasons, but I'm glad, we're kind of doing the right thing. But I don't, and I agree that world is not moving in an opposite direction. But MAGA is a split. I'm not going to go as far as agreeing with MAGA is dying, but MAGA is definitely a split. And I don't mean the political movement of MAGA is a split. Because again, the same thing with anything and everything else, MAGA also there is MAGA, which are genuine Americans who wants to make America great again. And then there's the political movement of MAGA, as Trump himself said on inauguration or acceptance speech of his in 25, the political movement. So you got to separate these two. The political movement of MAGA is a split. Not even half and half. I think it's a split in more than 3 or 4 directions as of right now. You can see that clearly with all the infighting going on. Thank you, Christine. I have received some major compliments on the book cover. I'm glad. I had the vision early on while writing the book. Judy said, what if he is working with Tucker Carlson? We're talking about Joe again. I don't know. Again, remember, when things like this happen immediately, and again, it's been a pretty back-to-back day for me since the news came out about Joe's resignation. I normally like to do my own research, my own digging, and when I dig, like really dig. I would like to do that before I comment on anybody else's accusations or reports. I haven't had the chance to do that. What I do know is some of the reports about Joe having ties with Nick Fuentes, those are one-sided comments. I did a quick digging while on with Brennan, and I realized that in 2022, Joe already announced that I am not on Team Nick Fuentes. I don't want his endorsement. Nick Fuentes later came out, attacking Joe. So that one is something, again, there was a moment when they were okay with each other, but the way it's being portrayed is today's resignation have something to do with his ties to Nick Fuentes. That I can already say no. As far as Tucker Carlson, I know there are rumors. Again, I have not seen the receipt. There are rumors, which started with Fox News apparently, of they were thinking that Joe is leaking information to Tucker Carlson. Again, it's out there as a rumor. I don't have the receipt. I can neither confirm or deny. Therefore, I go with that's a possibility. My own reaction was this is beyond just a simple resignation. My biggest and strongest gut feeling is this is a resignation to get ahead of the curve, knowing what's coming as far as attacks on America. Being the director of National Counterterrorism Center is a heavy lifting, and if you fail to stop the attack that's coming, then you might as well resign and get ahead of it or not have to face consequences. That was my guess. I might be very wrong too. As I said, I'm guessing based on connecting dots. The language in good conscience, I cannot support this because Iran is no imminent threat to our nation, goes against a lot of things he has said before himself. So I look at it as if you're willing to come out and contradict yourself, and he's not some publicly anti-Semite or anti-Israel person either. His record shows fairly good support for Israel, so I can't put it behind that either. Could it be? It's a possibility. So until I do my due diligence and do my digging, and of course a Substack will be coming out about this, I can't pinpoint the exact reason, but what I could do as I sit here is it is very irresponsible, regardless of his reasons, to use Iran as no imminent threat to our nation cover. That is irresponsible. That is cowardice. That I can sit here and say today. And that's what I am saying today. That, first of all, you're a coward because we both know that you know very well that Iran has been an imminent danger to our nation for 47 years. That's given, proven, and for you to deny it after you have said things about it before shows that you're a coward. Because today, the only excuse that will give you the minimum backlash is to use the fashion of Israel forced us to this war. So you're a coward. The second thing I can say from everything developing today is, as you know, it's not like I had much faith in our administration, but today I can say, well, it's great to know that President Trump doesn't even know the guy who is in charge of counterterrorism and keeping us safe in America. That is very comforting. If you're not picking up on sarcasm, I am being extremely sarcastic. I would expect for President Trump to not say, well, he always seemed like a nice guy. By the way, I don't know when somebody's going to tell President Trump that, sir, somebody seeming like a nice guy or a good-looking guy doesn't mean they're right for the job, nor does it mean they're our friend. Stop saying Erdogan seemed like a nice guy and Al-Sharon looks like a good-looking guy and that guy's like a nice guy. We don't care if somebody's a nice guy. You're not a nice guy. You're pretty much a bully, and the nation fell in love with you for the fact that you're a bully. So stop just saying he seemed like a nice guy, but I don't know anything about him. And he worked inside my administration. And now I'm glad he resigned because we don't want weak people. Don't you think you should have removed a man that you always thought he was weak or he wasn't as strong on security? Why would you know a man is not as strong in security and put him as director of National Counterterrorism Center? Why would you go do that? So while everybody's so worried about why Joe resigned, I'm worried about why Joe was hired in the first place. That is the important message of today. How many more Joes are inside our administration on high-level position jobs That might be weak. They may not align with our vision. They might resign because they're cowards. How many cowards do we have? That's the bottom line. That is what my takeaway today. My takeaway from Joe's resignation is that how many more people in our administration have high-level positions that President Trump don't know anything about. Again, for anybody who's going to say, President Trump doesn't have time to vet everybody. I'm not talking about everybody. Director of National Counterterrorism Center is not everybody. There are certain positions in every government of every country. There are certain positions that if the president or the prime minister, whatever, the king, the queen, whatever, if they don't get involved with, they are jeopardizing their people. And this position is one of them. And I want to know the other positions, the other high-level positions that directly affect our safety and our security in this country. How many more of them will President Trump say, I have no idea who they are, I don't know anything about them, they're good looking or they're nice guys? That is my concern today. As I dig more, I might find more concerns, or I might have an answer as to why he resigned. But I know his given reason for resignation is absolute cover. I'll be nice. We're going to go take our last ad break, guys. When we come back, I'm going to read your ideas, your feedback, and your concerns about what happened today before we wrap up the show. Don't go anywhere.
News is moving faster than ever, and so are we. Worldview Tube brings you 24/7 live stream coverage and now real-time alerts when it matters most. Once you have the Worldview Tube app installed, exit the app and navigate your way to Settings. In Settings, locate the tab labeled Notifications. Select the Notifications tab. Scroll down until you locate the Worldview Tube app icon. Select the tab, and here you can turn on and customize your notification experience for the Worldview Tube app. News doesn't wait, and neither should you. Turn on push notifications to stay informed. Every headline as it happens.
Welcome back to Live Up to Freedom. Thank you so much for staying with me until now. And I agree. Not only news doesn't wait, and you shouldn't either, but here's the thing. To be fair, honestly, today, Brandon's Radio, my show right now, and tonight on Brandon House Live, you won't find another network, another channel, another Rumble show or YouTube show that will propose the questions we are, or give you an opinion and a point of view that we are. So it's not just news doesn't wait, and you shouldn't either. It's that the truth and wider lens of possibilities are only available at Worldview Tube. And that's why I always encourage you, get the app. At the beginning of the show, I always encourage you to get the app. But I also encourage you to support this network. Worldview Tube could have been a one-man show of Brandon House. He's on air 4 hours a day as it is. He could have just wrap it up there, go home, enjoy the rest of his day, not care. No, he gave every single one of us airtime. With that comes our producers in control room, the equipment that they're using to push us on air. And, you know, me sitting here is like, let's play this clip and let's play that clip, or my brain can function better. All of that equals, like it or not, that's cost. And you can support, lower that cost for Brandon and his company. And one of the best ways, tax-deductible ways I've always told you, is worldviewfoundation.com. That's worldviewfoundation.com. You can make a tax-deductible donation to his ministry that is supporting parts of our work here at the network. Worldviewfoundation.com. You can either make a payment right there, or you can make a phone call. There's a phone number there you can call and give your information, become a one-time, do a one-time donation, or become a recurring supporter. Or you can grab the address from the website and just write a check, all the schools, safe and sound, put a little note in an envelope with the check and send it in. And all those ways will come right back to support those of us who are having a voice, literally having a microphone, thanks to Brandon House, and bringing you information that I'm pretty sure others won't, because they care about their popularity and clickbait and sponsors. We don't. As Brandon always said, this network is a viewer-sponsored network. So I encourage you to continue supporting us. And Elise says, Iran poses no threat as a cover. And I'm so sick of this anti-Israel and anti-Jew position. With you on that, absolutely. It is exhausting. Like, here's one thing. It is not true whatsoever, but okay, fine. Israel dragged us into this war. Why are you all not holding President Trump and Pete Hegseth responsible for it? Like, there shouldn't be pressure to do this. Aren't you tired of blaming Israel and Jews for everything? I am. It's exhausting to keep watching. Everything is, and the interesting part, like the tiniest country with the smallest population, everything is their fault. Like, oh, it is disgusting. Agreed, Lori. It's very disgusting. Stephen said, I would not be surprised if Gabbard resigned next. The Jew haters in the Trump administration are having a apoplectic attack as Israel and America systematically degrade the Islamic Republic of Iran. I pray that Trump doesn't cut and run and stop Bibi again. As you all know, I've been against Tulsi Gabbard from day one. A long time ago, before she was confirmed, I actually said, wait, maybe one day we hear her name as the name that leaked information. So I will remind you. I know the rumors about Joe, but I would be surprised if Gabbard is leaving as well. And yes, my concern isn't about the ceasefire I said yesterday. It's about, are we going to let them pick a new moderate from their own system? Hey, how you doing, Kelly? Awesome. I was just about to ask. Kelly's listening on drive home and just picked up my book from the mailbox. I am very glad it made it there, and thank you for ordering yours early. I appreciate that. Annie, I think you are right on Joe Kent. The fire was getting too hot. Yes. That's I don't know. Trump was likely told who to put where. Maybe, but he should have still taken the time and not do that. Should have. Hey, SD, honey, good to see you on YouTube. It's been a while. It's always good to see you. I have to confess, Inez, I Googled it. Well, Tennessee girl, I'm glad you did. Your Google did a great job. In Finglish format, that was a great writing. Absolutely great writing. Okay. I do see all of your comments coming in, but I want to make sure I don't. I'm practicing on not running out of time, and my feed gets cut off before I can say goodbye to everybody. So there you go. I'll do my research. I will do some digging when I have the receipt, not the rumors. And here's, by the ways, I think one of the reasons I have managed to stay one of the unique voices out there is exactly because I don't consider something confirmed because too many people say it. That is not a way of confirming. Because 5 people said it, 10 people, 20, but the moment 100 people say something,
You're watching Worldview 2, built on the 35 years of Worldview books, documentaries, research, high-profile interviews, and the radio and television broadcasts of Brannon House. You're watching Worldview 2, built on the 35 years of Worldview books, documentaries, research, high-profile interviews, and the radio and television broadcasts of Brannon House.
Okay, sorry, that was not part of the plan. My system literally just decided to reboot itself. So good news is it takes 30 seconds for it to reboot. So welcome back. Yes, I was saying just because few people say it, or even if thousands of people say it, that is not confirmation. Confirmation comes where you get your hands on a documented piece. That document can be 100 years old, it can be 2 days old, it can be an hour old, but it has or firsthand experience of someone witnessing, hearing, being in the room, living the life, whatever. So if I do find any confirmation, any documentation, any receipt that I run and make sure it's not fake, because don't forget about deep fake nowadays, I will report on it. But regardless of his reasons, let's keep in mind what is happening inside our administration that is pretty dangerous. As we watch Iran situation, I will keep you, of course, posted as we have more of Iranian leaders taken out by IDF. I'm pretty sure that's going to grow. I will be back tomorrow with a program. I know I told you we have the recording of my 45-minute speech from Chicago. I actually decided to run that next Monday, considering by then the book is also available for orders on Amazon. So I thought it would be more helpful. It's fresh when we play the 45 minutes. If people decide to place the order, they can immediately do it instead of me dragging on like, I'll wait a few more days. And it's not a few more days. Yeah, it is a few more days. So that's the Monday thing. I won't be doing a show Friday unless something major happens. But by tomorrow, I'll be back. Remember, cyruswellness.com, lutfstudio.com, and liveuptofreedom.substack.com are the three main places where you can financially support my work and what I do. You can also place an order for your signed copy of The Architecture of Jihad, which is my book coming out soon. You can get your signed paperback copy through my website. Just go to liveuptofreedom.com. That's liveuptofreedom.com. Click on the cover photo and place your orders. I do have enough inventory to ship them fairly quickly, even though the purchase checkout is going to tell you 3 to 4 weeks, not on this batch. You'll get them pretty much by midweek next week. I greatly appreciate you guys being here. Those of you on Worldview YouTube, I will see you back here on Brannon House Live tonight. And for my audience on my platforms, I appreciate your support. And I will see you all tomorrow right here, same time, with hopefully more good news than today. Until then, stay safe. Bye, guys.